Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, it doesn't seem to come easily with this team, but it is another victory. Type KC in the comments to celebrate this Chiefs victory. They squeak one out against the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to break it all down on today's post-game show video, but type KC in the comments as Kansas City improves to 14-1. You're watching the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, and yep, Kansas City gets it done. They clinch the number one seed in the AFC with a 17-14 win over the Atlanta Falcons. A truly bizarre game in which neither offense could really get going, especially in the first half. The Falcons take a late 14-10 lead with about 4.5 minutes left, and the first thing I thought of was, well, the Chiefs were just going to drive down the field and win the game, and guess what happened? The Chiefs drove down the field and won the game. Mahomes got away with a risky throw on that drive, but all in all, Kansas City found a way to win, and guess what? This game is the ultimate good teams find ways to win, bad teams find ways to lose. That's the difference between the Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. So you look at the AFC Playoff Picture, Kansas City will have home field throughout as they are your number one seed in the AFC. Despite Pittsburgh winning, it is over. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, no one can get to 14 wins, so Kansas City will have that first round bye after winning, 10 games in a row now? This is their 10th straight win. And what's crazy is only 3 teams have clinched. Tennessee, Miami, Baltimore, Cleveland, and the Colts all have 10 wins. None of them have yet clinched a playoff spot. 11 wins seems to be the magic number in the AFC. We'll see what happens in Week 17 for those teams, but Kansas City will have a first-round bye after improving to 14-1 before they face the Chargers in Week 17. Patrick Mahomes, okay performance, not great for his standards, 24 of 44, 278, 2 touchdowns, had a pick, could have had a second one as well, but made enough plays, and, the running game couldn't really get going. We'll talk about the backs here in a little bit, but he made enough plays, and we all knew this. It's so predictable with the Chiefs. When the Falcons took the lead late, we all knew the Chiefs were going to retake the lead. That's just what Mahomes and company do. When they have to make plays, they make them. They don't blow teams out when they probably should, but hey, winning is all that matters. Mahomes did a good enough job to win this game today. Grade Patrick Mahomes' performance versus the Atlanta Falcons, A, B, C, D, or F. I'll give him like a C- for his standards. Good enough to win, but not very good overall. He needs to be better. I kind of saw a lethargic team today, if I'm being honest. I think this team went through the motions. They knew the number one seed was basically locked up, and so they kind of just farted around for a while and then won the game late. C- for Patrick Mahomes. The running game, just didn't get that much going, and Darrell Williams looked like the better back. This was an opportunity for Le'Veon Bell to, potentially get a lot of work as Clyde Edwards-Helaire was not playing, obviously, as he is dealing with that hip and ankle injury, and Bell wasn't that involved. 7 carries, 30 yards. Darrell Williams got 10 for 46, and, every time Bell has gotten a chance here to get extended work, remember Edwards-Helaire had the sickness a couple of weeks ago, couldn't get going in that game, doesn't get going in this game. Maybe Le'Veon Bell is just a complimentary back at this point, and that's okay, but I would expect more against the Falcons from him. Pretty quiet overall. I think moving forward, you just need to expect that this team is going to go as far as Patrick Mahomes and the defense takes them. The passing game and timely defense is going to be the key if this team repeats as Super Bowl champions. I don't think Lev Bell is ever going to have a 20-carry, 110-yard type of game. That's just not realistic. Obviously, Darrell Williams isn't going to be that guy either. So it is what it is. The running game, if they can get key yards on short yardage, great, but it's not something you're going to be able to rely on moving forward. Hopefully, Edwards-Helaire can return at some point in the playoffs. Now, obviously, Week 17, still got a game to go here, but you have clinched home field, so we will see how much the starters play in this one. I think that the Chiefs should play their starters for at least a half because this was a pretty lethargic performance. So think about this. Week 16 didn't play that well. If you don't play your starters in Week 17, then you have the first round bye. All of a sudden, it's been like 4 weeks since you've gone full force. I think the Chiefs should play their starters for at least a half, but let me know what you guys think. Should Kansas City rest their starters in Week 17? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to type my N for no, at least for the first half. I'd like to see the starters play. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Get subscribed to the Chiefs Report because we are going to be live for every single Chiefs playoff game for a watch party as we hopefully see another Super Bowl run from Kansas City. Subscribe, turn on those notifications. We're posting videos almost every single day, and like I said, we will be live for every single playoff game once the playoffs get going. Divisional round, AFC title game, and hopefully on into the Super Bowl. We'll be live here on the channel. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. Obviously, we post videos throughout the week as well. Hit that big red button and subscribe. Take a look at the top weapons for the Chiefs. Obviously, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce both have had outstanding seasons. Kind of just an average day for Hill, 4 for 65. Kelce came on late, 7 for 96 and a touchdown. He continues to have, or 98 and a touchdown, excuse me. He continues to have a historic season from the tight end position. I can't remember. We'll show his season stats in just a second, but he's been absolutely fantastic in this matchup. Before we kind of look at their seasons overall, who do you guys think is more valuable? We've asked this a couple of times throughout the season, but let me know. Type H for Tyreek Hill, type K for Travis Kelce. Who is the more valuable weapon for Kansas City in this offense? Now, Tyreek Hill, he's probably not going to hit the 100 receptions mark unless he goes crazy in Week 17, but still 87, 1,276 yards, 15 touchdowns, absolutely ridiculous numbers for the season, especially from a touchdown standpoint. What's 87 divided by 15? Quick math. That's like 1 every 6 catches, he's scoring a touchdown. That's pretty damn impressive. Travis Kelce, equally as impressive. 105 catches, just over 1,400 yards, and 11 touchdowns. There's a real chance that Kelce ends up with 110-plus catches and over 1,500 yards and 11-plus touchdowns for a tight end. It's the best season we've ever seen a tight end have. It's historic. Anyone who says he's not the best tight end in the NFL just isn't telling the truth. It's been incredible to see what he has done. Now, Sammy Watkins, guess what? He left with an injury. We've seen this before. Calf injury. We'll see how serious it is for Watkins. Hopefully it's not major. I would expect, unless he's 100%, they'll sit him in Week 17, and hopefully he's ready to rock after the bye week in the divisional round because he's been very important for the Chiefs in the playoffs. So hopefully nothing too serious there, but he did exit this one in the fourth quarter, so keep that in mind when it comes to Sammy Watkins. Now, BetUS is our sports betting partner here on the Chiefs Report, and we encourage you guys to get signed up and place your bets on Chiefs in all NFL games. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use that promo code Chiefs125. The Chiefs don't cover the spread. It is what it is, so bet on the money line. They win every week, but they just don't tend to cover. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use that promo code Chiefs125, and you can make some money with BetUS. You look at the defense here, pretty good, right? I mean, overall, you got to be feeling really good about this defense. They stuffed the run in this game. Matt Ryan had a decent game, but overall, 4 sacks. You had a takeaway. Not great on third down defense, but you hold an offense like the Falcons to 14 points, you're doing your job. Now, Matt Ryan had a good statistical day. He was most of their offense, 27 to 35, 300, a couple of touchdowns with a really good passer rating. But Matt Ryan's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's going to put up games like that in the National Football League, so he played really well overall. Ben Niemann did leave this game with a hamstring injury in the second quarter, so it doesn't sound huge on the surface, but this team is all of a sudden very thin at linebacker. Damian Wilson's out. Ben Niemann's out. Anthony Hitchens didn't play in this game, so, you're getting thin there. I'm all aboard the Free Willy train, but you got to have some other linebackers as well. So we'll monitor that situation for Niemann and some of the other linebackers heading into Week 17. Now, how confident are you in the defense heading into the playoffs? Scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being not confident at all. This feels like 2018. 10 being this is the best the Chiefs defense has played over the last 3 seasons. I'm like a 6 or 7. The defense is playing better. I think they played good against the Falcons today. The corners are getting a little bit more comfortable overall. The pass rush has woken up a little bit. So I'm like a 6.5, a 7. I don't think this defense is going to shut anybody down. But if the offense plays like it's normally supposed to, I think they'll be in very good shape overall. So scale it from 1 to 10. Go ahead and let me know right there. So now we wait. We know who the Chiefs play next week, the Chargers. We know they're going to get the first-round bye, obviously. Really, the big question mark remaining is who fills out this AFC playoff picture? Who gets these last couple of spots as the AFC South is still up for grabs and the 5, 6, and 7 seed are still up for grabs as well. It's going to be very competitive. It's going to be exciting. We'll see how many of the starters for the Chiefs play against the Chargers next week. I'll say this. If the Chiefs were 15-0, they'd go full throttle. They'd try to go undefeated, but that is the beauty of losing a game. There's no pressure to play your starters if you do not want to. So we will see what happens, and we'll see who the Chiefs play in that divisional round in a couple of weeks. Wasn't pretty today, but to get that first round bye, very, very important. Now, before we sign off, will Kansas City win the Super Bowl? Type W for yes, type L for no. I hope this team finds a little more consistency. It seems like regardless of the level of the opponent, the Chiefs win, but it's not easy. So can you do that? Can you keep that going throughout the playoffs? Type W for yes, type L for no. I think they can. I still think they're the favorite, but I'd like to see a little more consistency, which is why I would like to see Andy Reid play his starters for at least the first half next week. There you have it. Chiefs 17, Falcons 14. It was a nail-biter. It wasn't easy. Shout out Young Ho Koo. These young hoes ain't loyal, as he missed that late field goal to try and force overtime. Chiefs improved to 14-1. We'll have news and rumors, injury updates, all that stuff throughout the week, so follow me on Twitter at HGramNFL, and make sure you are subscribed to the Chiefs Report.